Hi, and today we're going to make some cheese bites. And for this recipe, you can double up your quantities if you want to make lots more. They're really cheesy, so you might find that they go very quickly. But they're a really easy recipe. You can do all of this in a food processor or a mixer if you have one, but I'm going to do it by hand just in case you haven't got one. So the first thing you need is 30 grams of really soft butter, or you could use a margarine, but if you use butter it's rather nice. So that's 30 grams of butter into a bowl, and then this is 110 grams of really quite a strong cheddar, so you know, like a mature or extra mature. So you grate that up and add that to your butter. And then this is where a food processor comes in really handy. But what we're going to do, because not everybody has one, is to mix that in together. And you are creaming together the cheese and the butter until it becomes a sticky mess, really. Just incorporate that all together. As I said, this recipe could not be easier. So once you've done that, gosh, I keep losing bits, so it all come together like that. Then you add 60 grams of plain flour. Now you can add a pinch of salt if you wish, but or some mustard, but I don't think it actually needs that. And then, as again, if this is in a food processor or a mixer, just put it on a low pulse and it will all come together. If not, just keep stirring and creaming it and it will come together. Eventually, believe me. And you won't need to add any liquid to this. You just need, if you're doing it by hand, a little bit of elbow work. So mine's still at a breadcrumby sort of appearance. Now I'm going to get my hands in and just bring it together to form a dough. Just keep bringing it together, give it a good old squeeze. Just so you can see, it just does become much stickier. If you've got a nice warm kitchen, it will come together much quicker. You want to preheat your oven to 200 degrees centigrade, that's gas mark 5 approximately, and these take only between 10 to 15 minutes in the oven, so and then you have to resist the temptation to eat one when they come out. So there we go, it's nearly all together in a ball, nearly. And then we're going to roll this out to about 1 1/4 centimetres thickness. And then you can use cutters, so you could use little shapes if you wanted to, or you can just cut them out using a knife into like small cheese straw type shapes. So there we go, it's all come together. And what's really nice is you don't have to put this in the fridge or anything like that, like you do with pastry. And so there I have a ball of dough. So now I've just rolled out the dough onto a board. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can always use a wine bottle or equivalent. And then I'm just going to cut out, I'm going to use a little cutter. It's like a little mini pastry cutter to get some shapes. And you just keep going, making nice little cheese bites. And I'm just going to place them onto a baking tray just with a sheet of greaseproof paper on. You don't need to grease the tray or anything like that. Just put a piece of greaseproof paper on. As I said, you could just use a knife if you haven't got any cutters and just cut them into cheese straws. Just little strips. And these, as I said, only take about 10 to 15 minutes in the oven. So make sure your oven's nice and hot before you put it in, and keep an eye, so have a check after 10 minutes. So there we go, give them a little bit of room between because they will spread a little bit, and we're going to put them in the oven now. And here we have the cheese bites that have come out of the oven. So they've risen slightly and gone a nice golden brown, and believe me, they are really yummy. So they were in the oven for 12 minutes, and they're extra tasty. So I can't wait to have some of these because they're my favourite. I hope you enjoy them too. Take care. Bye bye.